My child, listen closely, for the moments are slipping away like sand through your fingers. Soon the day will end and the night will come. I am here reaching for you, offering you a path through the shadows. If you turn away from my voice now, if you decide my words are not for you, you risk losing the very thing your soul is searching for. Do not be afraid, for I will explain everything. I will show you what is coming and how holding onto these words can be your anchor in the storm. There are moments in your life that have been set in motion long before you were born, threads woven into the fabric of your existence. Think of Lazarus. He was bound in cloth, silent in the darkness of the tomb. The world saw an ending, but I saw a new beginning. I spoke his name, and my voice, filled with the power of creation, tore through the silence of death. Life returned to him, not because he was strong, but because my word is life itself. The grave could not hold him once I had spoken. Do you see, my child, that the limits you see are not my limits? What seems impossible to you is merely the place where my work begins. Just as I called Lazarus from the physical grave, I am calling you now. I can call you out of the prison of your sadness, out of the chains of your mistakes, and out of the emptiness where hope seems to have died. But here is the crucial question. When I speak your name, will you listen? When I call you to rise, will you respond? I am not just talking about the end of your physical life. I am speaking of a deeper, quieter death. The slow fading of your spirit, the chilling of your heart, the extinguishing of your inner light. This happens when a person chooses to walk their own path, believing they need no one. So many people walk through this world with their eyes wide open, yet their hearts are sealed shut, as silent and cold as a tomb. They breathe, they move, they speak, but they are not truly alive. This is not the life I want for you. I desire for you to be filled with my spirit, to feel my life flowing through you like a river, to have a fire in your soul that cannot be put out by the winds of this world. You feel the pressure of time, the sense that the hours are running out, and it makes you anxious. But listen to me. Time is not your enemy, nor is it your master. I am your master. Time is simply a tool I use, a current I create to guide you, to awaken you, to bring you closer to me. The sun does not decide when to rise or set. I command it. Time moves forward because I tell it to. The urgency you feel in this moment is not a product of your own anxiety. It is a gift from me. It is my mercy, disguised as pressure, calling you to pay attention before it is too late. Do not think for a moment that your struggles have gone unnoticed. I have seen every tear you've cried in secret, every drop that fell on your pillow in the dead of night. I have been with you through every restless night when your mind refused to be still, when fear of the future gripped your heart. I saw you even when you were certain you were completely alone, and I never looked away. My child, I have been standing right beside you, especially in those moments when you felt I was a million miles away. What you perceived as my silence was not my absence. It was a sacred pause, a quiet space I created, waiting for you to lean in closer, to tune out the distracting noise of the world so you could finally hear my whisper. Do you remember the story of my disciples in the boat, caught in a terrifying storm? The waves crashed over the sides, and they were filled with fear, believing they were about to perish. I was there with them the entire time, resting in the boat. I was not absent. I was waiting. I was waiting for them to stop relying on their own strength and to call out to me. And when they finally cried out in desperation, I stood, spoke a single word, and the wind and the waves obeyed my command. Do you understand the lesson? I am with you in your storm. I am not far off. I am closer to you than the air you breathe, nearer than your own heartbeat. If you call out to me, I will answer. But you must do more than simply hear these words. You must allow them to sink into the deepest parts of your being. Words that only touch the surface of your mind are like seeds scattered on hard, rocky ground. They cannot take root, and soon, the worries of the world, like birds, will come and snatch them away, leaving nothing behind. But if you will open your heart, if you will allow it to become soft and receptive, these words will grow deep roots within you. They will become a source of unshakable strength, a wellspring of life you can draw from when the world around you grows dark. Do not harden your heart, my child. Do not tell yourself, "I have time, I will think about this tomorrow." Tomorrow is a promise that belongs to no one. This very moment right now is the gift. It is the opportunity I am placing in your hands. I know what weighs on you. I see the memories of your failures replaying in your mind. I feel the weight of your guilt and the sting of your shame. You look at yourself and you think, how could someone like me be chosen? How can I ever be forgiven for what I have done? Let me tell you a story. Do you remember the man who was crucified next to me? He had lived a life of crime. He had nothing to offer, no good deeds to present, no time left to prove he had changed. All he had was one moment. In that final moment, with his last breath, he turned his head and simply said, "Remember me." And what was my reply? "Today you will be with me in paradise." Do you finally understand? His salvation did not depend on his past actions or his ability to make things right. It depended on one thing, the turning of his heart toward me. So never, ever tell yourself that you are too lost or too broken. If you turn to me in this moment, with all of your faults and all of your history, I will not turn you away. I will receive you with open arms. Yes, my child, I must be honest with you. Difficult days are coming. The world as you know it will be shaken. Things that you thought were solid and secure will begin to crumble. People will become arrogant, boasting of their own power, but the towers they build to honor themselves will inevitably fall. Nations will rise against each other in anger, but they are like dust that I can scatter with a single breath. However, those who have made me their refuge will remain standing. They may be pushed and pressured from all sides, but they will not be crushed. They may be knocked down, but they will never be abandoned by me. I will be their shelter in the storm. I will cover them with the palm of my hand. I am not telling you this to fill you with fear, but to fill you with wisdom. Fear causes people to panic and hide, but wisdom causes them to prepare. I want you to be prepared, my child, but not with the kind of preparations the world values. I am not speaking of money stored away in banks or weapons forged from steel. The preparation I offer is an inner fortress. I offer you a faith that cannot be stolen, a love that cannot be extinguished, and a truth that can never be silenced. This is the real treasure, the kind that will never be destroyed by time or decay. Listen to me and hold on to this promise. When you have to walk through the fires of trial, you will not be burned. When you must cross the deep waters of sorrow, they will not overwhelm you. Notice, I do not promise that you will never see the fire or face the water. That is a false promise the world makes, a promise of a life with no pain. My promise is infinitely greater. I say, I will be with you in the fire. I will be with you in the water. My presence with you is more powerful than any pain you will ever face. You are surrounded by countless voices, all competing for your attention. Some will whisper sweet words to flatter you and win your approval. Others will shout words of fear to manipulate and control you. Many more will speak empty, meaningless words designed only to waste your precious time. But I am speaking words that create life. You must learn to test every voice you hear. Ask yourself, does this lead me closer to God, or does it pull me further away? If a voice pulls you away from me, you must let it go. If it causes you to doubt my unconditional love for you, you must cast it aside. If it tells you that your value is determined by the opinions of others or by your own accomplishments, you must reject it completely. Your true worth was established long ago. It is measured by the price I was willing to pay to redeem you. And I did not pay with something as common as silver or gold. I paid for you with my own life, my own blood. Do not be fooled, my child. The enemy of your soul is subtle. He still whispers lies, just as he did in the garden at the very beginning. He is a master of twisting the truth, presenting half-truths that sound believable but led to destruction. He will point to your weaknesses, your struggles, and your insecurities and tell you that they define you, that they are your destiny. But hear my truth. Your weakness is not your end. It is the very place where my strength can begin to work in you. For it is when you are at your weakest that I can be your greatest strength. Stop trying to carry the immense burden of this life all by yourself. Lay it down at my feet. You will find that I can carry it for you, and in its place, you will find rest. Yes, my child, true rest. You are so tired because you have been trying to be your own savior, your own provider, your own source of strength. You are weighed down because you are carrying burdens you were never designed to bear. Come to me, all of you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. The rest I offer is not like the rest the world offers, which is usually just a temporary escape or a mindless distraction. My rest is a deep, unshakable peace that you can have right in the middle of a raging storm. It is a profound calm that settles your soul even when everything around you is in chaos. Do you see, my child? I am not a distant God waiting for you to complete some difficult journey to reach me. I have already come down to you. I walked on this earth. I lived among people. I knew what it felt like to be hungry, to be thirsty, and to be in pain. I know intimately what it is to be rejected by friends, betrayed by those you trust, and mocked by a world that does not understand. I know the piercing cry of loneliness. I am not a God who observes your suffering from a safe distance. I am a God who has experienced it firsthand. And because I have walked in your shoes, I am uniquely qualified to guide you in my path. I want you to understand that even the smallest gesture of faith you make is seen and treasured by me. The quiet whisper of a prayer when you feel too weak to even speak. The simple act of lifting your eyes toward me when shame is telling you to look at the ground. The small act of kindness you show to someone else when no one is watching to thank you. I see it all. I do not measure things the way people do. People are impressed by outward appearances and grand gestures. I look directly at the heart. So do not ever despise your small beginnings. Do not ever think that what you have to offer is too little to matter. Anything, no matter how small, when given in love, is precious to me and is never, ever wasted. My child, I knew you before you were even formed. I have recorded every one of your days before a single one of them came to be. I know the number of hairs on your head. I know your thoughts before they fully form in your mind, and I know the words you are about to speak before they ever leave your tongue. There is absolutely nothing about you that is hidden from me. And yet, knowing everything, I love you completely and without reservation. My love for you is not based on your performance or your perfection. I love you because of who I am. I am love. My love is not something you can earn. It is a gift freely given. But like any gift, it must be received. A present that is left unopened cannot bring any joy. I am offering you the greatest gift of all, 𝐆𝐿, but you must be willing to open your heart to receive me. Do not close the door when you hear me knocking. I will not force my way in. I call to you gently. I wait for you with infinite patience. But remember, the hour is short, and the choice is now before you. I know, my child, that the world will dismiss these words. People will mock and say, "Where is this supposed God?" They will laugh at the idea of faith and will put all their trust in their own limited wisdom. But let me tell you a secret. The so-called wisdom of this world is foolishness in my eyes. And what they call foolishness, faith, hope, and love, is wiser than anything man can conceive. Do not be swayed by the loud opinions of the crowd. Truth does not require a popular vote to be true. Light does not need permission from the darkness to shine. So hold on tightly, my child. Hold fast to the truth I am speaking to you now. A great shaking is coming to this world, and only that which is built upon me will survive. A house built on the shifting sands of public opinion, personal ambition, or material wealth will collapse in the storm. But the house built on the solid rock of my word will remain. I am that rock. If you build your life on me, you will not be shaken. The winds of chaos may howl, and the floodwaters of trouble may rise, but your foundation will not crack. Do you not remember, my child? Do you not remember how I fed a crowd of thousands with just a few loaves of bread and a couple of fish? Do you not remember how I spoke to a raging sea and it became calm? How I gave sight to men who were born blind and opened prison doors with my power? Can you not see that I am the same God yesterday, today, and forever? If I had the power to do it then, I have the power to do it now. You must learn to trust me more than you trust what you can see with your own eyes. Trust me more than you trust your fluctuating feelings. Trust me, because it is impossible for me to fail you. I am preparing a place for you, a home beyond this world. This life is a journey, not your final destination. So do not hold on to the things of this world too tightly. Everything you see around you is temporary and will eventually pass away. But the life I offer you is eternal. A day is coming when I will personally wipe away every tear from your eyes. On that day, death will be defeated forever, and sorrow will be a distant memory. You were created for that day. It is the reason why nothing on this earth can ever fully satisfy the deepest longing of your soul. I have placed a sense of eternity in your heart, a homing instinct for heaven. But until that day comes, I call you to walk with me now in this life. I call you to walk not in fear, but in confident faith. Not in despair in the face of trouble, but in unwavering hope. Not in bitterness and hatred, but in radical love. I want you to shine like a light right where I have placed you. Be a force for good in the darkness, a source of preservation and flavor in a decaying world. Do not ever think that you are too small or insignificant to make a difference. A single candle may seem small, but in a room of absolute darkness, even that tiny flame has the power to shatter the night. My child, I am still speaking to you. Hear me now, for my words are life itself, and anyone who receives them will never have to walk in darkness again. I am your God, and I will not let you go. The victory is already won. Trust in me.